seen Jackson grow since he came on campus as far as his maturity, making sure he's accountable on time for every component?
It's been really good to see. He's been slowly progressing every day, really getting his priorities straight. When you come in here as a kid, you're not really sure what to expect. You're really nervous. You just want to make a good impression, but you also want to be yourself. So really seeing him find himself as a person and growing up and maturing is one of the best joys. It's kind of like a big brother to me.
You were saying he had missed to work out. And I guess as a leader on the team, what's your reaction when that happened?
Your immediate reaction is like, man, what are you doing? This is important. But I remember back to my freshman semester here, I did the same thing. And you really can't jump on him super bad when you gotta understand where he's coming from and understand that you've been there before. We're all people, and he's just finding his way.
Did you kind of help him through that?
For sure. He just needs a little bit of guidance. That's it. Not a bad kid, not a trouble guy. He just needs a little bit of help.
Tremayne, when you look at the UNC guys on tape, you see a defensive line that's kind of active, a good size. What are you guys seeing there on tape, and what are you guys looking at as far as game plan for those guys?
They move around a lot. They're very active. 92's a real solid war daddy. He's in there just tearing stuff up. And all their guys are really good with their hands. They pick left, pick right, shift. They have a really complex scheme. So we really got to dial in on what we do right, what we do really well, and kind of tailor it to stopping certain things they do on defense as far as blitzes, switching up coverages. Communication is going to be always at a high point this game, and really just protecting the quarterback and really pushing that ball down the field.
Within the UNC's first 4 games, they've had to come back in just about all of them. Does that give you guys a little bit more of a juice, I guess, to know that you're going up against a team that's going to fight you all 4 quarters?
We expect, as Clemson, we expect people to play us their best all the time. We just know that they have a circle on their calendar hurting them saying we want Clemson all throughout social media and things like that. So we understand that they're going to be really juiced up to play us, and combine that with their euphemism as a young team, Coach Brown, and how they get after it. We know it's going to be a tough game, and we're going to prepare for it.
What do you admire about Mac Brown?
I love how he challenges some of his older guys by playing younger guys in front of him. The spirit of competition is at the heart of football. And he always knows how to put together a really good team, really passionate, really fighting, just really good competitive depth. And that's something I always admire about coaches, making them compete, making the players compete. So we're ready for a good fight.
And when it comes to competition, you guys played 111 guys this past weekend. What was it like for you to see those guys who have been competing in practice every day finally get their shot?
Exciting. I loved it. Being able to cheer on some of those guys that don't quite get their shot all the time, it's really exciting. Everybody feels like you can see the energy on the sideline from those guys. And that's a really important part of Clemson's development in their players, is getting them in while they're young, getting them in while they're freshmen and sophomore, really just getting them ready for the next step they have to take, as in taking over the spots when we leave. That's the important part of Clemson. It's not just being good now, it's about leaving a legacy and really laying out the footprints that the younger guys can have to follow.
Is being known as a physical line, has the ability to play top flight smash mouth football, the best thing you can hear about yourself as a lineman? Is that kind of less pride, you think?
Personally, the best thing you can hear about a lineman is you have no sacks and 300 yards rushing. But those are also good compliments as well. At the end of the day, the win is the most important thing we want to hear as a line.
Game like Saturday night, where you guys play with so many mixed up lines, different quarterbacks, and different personnel, does that get a time early in the season? Does it become a problem with cohesion and getting synced up with the guys in the line?
Absolutely, it's definitely a struggle sometimes because as an offense, you have to be all on the same page, and you have different personalities, different play styles, different voices from the quarterback, and really getting in the game and doing things like this are important, way more important than anything in the development of an offense, a young offense. We got guys that are going to be playing next year, they're going to aren't really playing this year. We got quarterbacks we need to get ready. So really going through those growing pains and those struggles are really going to pay off in the long run for us.
Coach announced that Blake Vincent's out for the year. It's puts Will Putnam up into the line, helping you guys out. What have you seen as far as Will's development since he's gotten on campus?
Oh, he's a worker. He's one of the hardest workers I've ever seen. He's real disciplined. He wants to get better every day, and that's something you love to see. A guy that wants to get better, a guy that competes, he's young and he's still going through some mistakes you make as an early kid. But I really am surprised that he's picked it up as fast as it is, and I'm going to be excited to see how he develops as a player.
Along those same lines, I'd like to hear your thoughts on Jordan McFadden and his development from year 1 to year 2.
It's amazing. I love it. He kind of reminds me of me coming in. He has a lot of ability, a lot of smarts, and he's just trying to figure it all out, finding his spot so he can grow. He wants to get better every day, and he has this kind of like reservedness about him where he doesn't want to go out too far. But when he's out there, he'll play, and he'll play his hardest. So just really getting him dialed in, getting him in a spot where he can grow, is really our biggest concern.
Coach Caldwell told us in the preseason, speaking about McFadden, he's one of the better all-around athletes, he thought, on the offensive line. What do you see of him as far as being athletic away from just being a big guy that can block?
It's one of the biggest assets you can have as an offensive lineman. People see offensive linemen as this big, giant grunts, these slugs, but really they're kind of the best athlete. The better athlete you are, the higher your ceiling is. Jordan McFadden can play all the way down the line, and that's a big testament to his ability to learn, his physicality, his just overall ability. So I'm really excited to see how he develops.
Did you guys see Cardi B tweeted about you guys?
Yeah, we did.
So what was your reaction to that?
We're gonna work on that as soon as possible. So getting there.
With Lindsay seemed really excited to be able to jump over the top of the pile on Saturday. Coach Elliott was saying it's kind of a lost art for running backs. Why do you think that is?
Well, because one, it's unnecessary. There's a hole as clear as you can drop a 150 through it. But other than that, it's pretty cool to see. That's just kind of, I guess, showmanship, giving the fans something exciting to see. And it's pretty exciting for us to see that too. It's pretty efficient when you think about it, just getting the ball over the pylon, even when you can just run it in. But it's kind of cool to see Lindsay do that. It's just something different, switch it up,
Coach Sweeney was talking about Jackson Carman's singing skills earlier today.
Oh, God.
I guess he plays guitar, he cooks.
What doesn't
can you
he
tell us a
do?
little bit about his variety of interests it seems he has?
I've known him for a while, and I still don't have a handle on what he all can do. He's a jack of many trades, like a literal jack of many trades. So seeing him do whatever is pretty exciting. He's just a funny dude. You never know what he's going to do next. And that's why I think he's going to be on America's Got Talent before he's going to be in the NFL. So we'll see how that goes.
Does he sing a lot, like around the locker room?
Every day. It's insufferable, yes.
What are some of his favorite songs?
Favorite songs? I try to drown it out so much I couldn't even tell you.
Can you wake surf?
Can I what?
Can you wake surf?
Wake surf? No. I'm more of a laid back on the boat kind of guy.
You ever seen someone of his size do something like that?
No, I have not. It's pretty tough, I hear, though. It's crazy. He's a pretty good athlete, man.
Now, are you blocking Jackson out just because he sings so much? Sweeney was giving him props and he had a killer voice.
Yeah, but here's the thing. When you see, Jackson Carman every single day for at least 4 or 5 hours a day, and he sings, the first couple times are cool or whatever. But then by the second or third year, you're like, okay, this is getting old. Let's change tunes here. So.
Anything else? Thank you, guys. Thanks, Chris.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
No problem.